A quick question. What do you get if you cross shoegaze with a bit of jangle pop? And the answer is the beautifully blissed out dream pop of Scottish West Coast shoegazers quietly into the night with their new single I Only Bleed, featuring a guest vocal from Eva Tedeschi of The Chords. Now, the single was released on Friday via Bandcamp, and I've been really enjoying it over the last couple of days. The guitars for me are kind of reminiscent of Catholic education era Teenage Fan Club, which is brilliant because I love that type of thing. However, it's a little bit of a change in sound for the band. They're normally a little bit heavier with more guitar effects. And I spoke earlier today with Mark Anderson of the band. He's the singer, guitarist and songwriter. And he was saying to me that with that shift in style, they felt that the song suited more a standalone single rather than being a part of one of their EPs or a song towards their upcoming album. And he also said that a few of the band members had tried singing it and it didn't quite work, so that's why they'd reached out to Eva. And when she agreed to sing on the track, he said that she just nailed it first time, and the results are fantastic. It's a great song. I'm going to play it in full towards the end of my video, and you can also catch up with Quietly Into the Night on their Bandcamp page. So I'll leave a link to the page in the description as well of the video, and you can go and check them out there. Not only have I been enjoying the single, but also provided the inspiration for tonight's video, as I'd been a bit unsure of what I was going to talk about this weekend, and then I heard Eve Tedeschi's fantastic vocal on Quietly Into the Night's song, and I thought, there we go. Musicians who guest on other artists' albums. Simple, there's loads of them, and some of them are really interesting and surprising. If you do videos yourself, have a go at this thread. I'd love to watch them, see what else you can come up with. I've got some of my favourites that I'm going to talk about tonight. I also did a little bit of research as well to see if I could find some more surprising ones. For instance, who knew that David Crosby not only co-wrote but also provided backing vocals on Phil Collins's Just Another Day in Paradise? Filthy Phil is full of surprises, as is David Crosby. Now, the channel's also going to have a world exclusive tonight, as we've got a guest appearing on the Vinyl Voyage, which I'm massively excited about. So also stick around for that. But without further ado, let's get into some of my favourite musicians appearing on other artists' albums. To begin with then, we have the self-titled second album from US rock band Magic. This is from 1971. And if you've not heard Magic before, I suppose they're a fairly rare band. They are a kind of country rock band in a similar type vein to the band or Creedence Clearwater Revival, but maybe with a little bit more funk in their trunk, a little dash of psychedelia added in there as well. Now, they were originally signed to the Rare Earth label for their first album, but for their second album, they signed to Motown. And with signing to Motown, there was a connection made with Stevie Wonder, who appears on 3 songs in the album. He appears in the last 2. He also appears on the 3rd song on side 1 called Alexis, which is my favourite. It's a kind of country rock number in a similar vein again to the band, but the piano playing's really understated on it, really subtle. It's not really to the fore, and it's surprising because by this stage, Stevie Wonder, while he might not have reached like kind of mid-70s levels of mega stardom that he went on to, it certainly was a household name by 71. He'd just released, I think, the Signed, Sealed and Delivered album, and he had a major discography behind him, so it must have been a major coup for Magic to get Stevie to play on this record. But yeah, really, really good and really worth a listen. Unfortunately for Magic, as they recorded this album, Berry Gordy closed down the Detroit office of Motown and upped sticks and moved it to California. And as a result, Magic found themselves without a record label and they broke up not long afterwards. As a kind of footnote, main singer-songwriter with the band, Dwayne King, ended up going into acting, and I was reading that he had appeared alongside Johnny Depp as his lawyer in the movie Blow. So there you go. Number 1, Stevie Wonder appearing on the Magic album. Guest appearance number 2 happens on Apache from Such a Sigh Maitreya Kali from 1972. I've spoke about this album before on my channel. It's a very, very rare psych folk album. This is merely a reissue, but yeah, great, great album. If you don't know the story of Craig Smith, he was, in a nutshell, he was a childhood actor. He formed the psych band The Penny Arcade. He became a massive acid casualty and burnout, had horrendous mental health problems, a whole host of bad luck, and yeah, a really, really sad story, to be honest. You can read about him online. There's videos about him on YouTube. He's got a biography as well. Very interesting, but very sad story. But the song I'd like to speak about is called Salesman. That's on here, and there's a guest appearance from one of the Beach Boys. I'm wondering if you can guess which Beach Boy it is. Yep, Mike Love. Oh, enough of that. That's not very nice. Yeah, Mike Love. A lot of kind of inane chatter, studio chatter over the top of the track. The track itself is like a kind of R&B rocker. I believe the track is actually not just Such a Sigh. It is actually the Penny Arcade, and he used it without their permission. I think it's a Penny Arcade track that he just stuck on his solo album and claimed it as his own. And as a kind of footnote to that, when it was originally recorded with the Penny Arcade, it was recorded by Mike Nesmith of the Monkees, so he knew about the track. The Monkees ended up going on and covering the song on the album. What's it called? Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn, and Jones Limited. They do a version on that, which is a lot more rounded out. That this is a very lo-fi version. A lo-fi version. In parts it's barely audible, but like I said, with Craig Smith and Mike Love chattering over the top of it, this kind of crazy studio talk. So there you go, Mike Love on Such a Sigh, Maitreya Kali's Salesman. The next guest appearance then is on the White Stripes 2003 album Elephant. It's the final track in the album. It's True That We Love One Another, and it features the British singer-songwriter Holly Golightly. And it's a lovely little acoustic number, just some acoustic guitar, a tambourine, and a kind of call and response vocal duet with Jack White and Holly Golightly, with a little bit of Meg White thrown in as well. If you don't know Holly Golightly, she's a little bit of a cult singer-songwriter. She appeared in the 60s inspired garage band, the Headcoaties, who were an all-girl garage band. She's got like quite a substantial discography. She went on to do some kind of R&B type stuff after that with a band called the Broke-Offs. Oh, wrong way around. That's Holly Golightly and the Broke-Offs, and this album's called You Can't Buy a Gun When You're Crying. This is really, really good, kind of ramshackle R&B. I think the music in some parts sounds a little bit like Tom Waits. It's almost like the percussion's played in pots and pans, but she's got a lovely voice, a very, very, very English voice, which suits the duet with Jack White, because obviously he's very American, and it's a nice contrast, I think, between the two voices. It works really, really well. It's a really sweet song. So yeah, it's True That We Love One Another. Holly Golightly and Jack White, a bit of Meg White chucked in as well. Next up then we have Daft Punk with their Masterwerk from 2013, Random Access Memories on Columbia Records. Now, this is an album that is absolutely chock full of brilliant guest appearances, from Nile Rodgers of Chic to Georgia Moroder. There's loads on here. Pharrell Williams as well. But the one that I really, really like is on the song Instant Crush. And we get to hear Julian Casablancas of The Strokes on lead vocals. It's really, really cool. Like I said, the album itself is like a kind of love letter to 1970s, 1980s electro pop. And this song, Instant Crush, is just brilliant. I think Julian Casablancas has obviously got a certain sound with the Strokes, but if you listen to his own solo album, I think it was from 2009, Phrases for the Young, that's very, very 1980s electro pop, and Instant Crush wouldn't sound out of place on that album. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Really, really good song, and a really great album. Check it out. Random Access Memories. For my final selection then, we're going to go with Tom Waits' Grammy-winning album from 1992, Bone Machine, an album packed with guest appearances. The best of all, though, is on the final track, That Feel, that features Keith Richards on guitar, vocals along with Tom Waits, and he actually co-wrote the track as well. This beautifully, beautifully ramshackle number with very, very basic guitar, basic percussion, but when Tom and Keith Richards sing together like two drunks in a midnight choir, it sounds fantastic. Really, really, really good stuff. So that's my final one. I've shown a lot of reissues tonight. This is a first press. I love having this in my collection. A great album. Like I said, with lots of really, really cool guest appearances. Les Claypool's on here as well, which is great. But yeah, if you don't know this album, check it out. Bone Machine. Great, great stuff. So after a fabulous array of musical guests appearing on other people's albums, now we have a first-rate YouTuber appearing on the Vinyl Voyage, and this is the first for my channel. So a really special moment, because this is someone that I massively look up to. I've followed their channel for years. It was the first vinyl community channel that I get into. It was my inspiration for starting my own channel, someone who's introduced me to so much music. They don't realise how grateful I am for that, introducing me to rare psych albums, prog albums, funk. To be honest, the list is endless, and not only a great YouTuber, but also a record store owner, a label owner, a fantastic family man, and like I said, someone who I really look up to. So it's with great pleasure that I introduce to the Vinyl Voyage Dillon Noble from Noble Records. Hi there, Dillon.
Dillon from Noble Records coming at you with another video.
It's a Vinyl Voyage video that you're on tonight, Dillon, but fantastic to have you here. We're focusing on musicians who appeared on other artists' albums. I don't suppose, do you have anything in mind?
You know, what I did was I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick 10, and I didn't even make a list before.
One would be fine. Really, really sorry, Dillon. I don't have time for 10, but one would be brilliant if you could give us one.
Now, I do think I might have picked more than 10, so we'll just have to see. I literally didn't count. I just grabbed what I thought was 10.
I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, honestly. I'm just a small channel. If you make it too long, no one will watch it. So can we keep it simple? Can you just do one?
So I tried to do it in the most honest and organic way possible.
I really appreciate that. It's just really showing an album that features a guest musician. Nothing fancy.
This is one I could not live without. This is my promo copy of Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd.
I couldn't live without that one either, Dillon. Brilliant choice. It's Have a Cigar, isn't it? Roy Harper did the vocal on it. He was the guest. I think he'd been recording down the hall in Abbey Road, and Pink Floyd were struggling, weren't they, to do the vocal. Roger Waters had tried a few times, but I think his voice was shot after singing so many different takes of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and David Gilmour didn't feel that it suited his voice. So I think Roy Harper was really keen to sing on the track, but Pink Floyd were a bit sceptical about it. They ushered him away a few times, but he was really persistent. He kept asking, and they ended up giving him a go, and it worked out really well. But unfortunately for poor old Roy, I think he remained uncredited as the singer on Have a Cigar for a while, until he finally got the recognition that he deserved. But I believe that Roger Waters, to this day, he never enjoyed, or he didn't appreciate, Roy Harper's vocal on the track, which is a real shame because he did a brilliant job on it. But yeah, great choice. Thank you so much, Dillon. That was brilliant. Before you go, I don't suppose you have a message for the Vinyl Voyage viewers?
Dang it, I can't do it.
I'm sorry, I didn't think it was that big a deal.
I want to let you guys know one of the things that we do is we do exclusive releases. So we work with other labels to put out albums that we really like, obscure albums that may have never been released or are super rare.
Don't get me wrong, Dillon, your reissues are absolutely second to none. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, the postage costs to the UK are quite substantial, but to be honest, I'm just trying to wrap up my video here.
Like this album, this Wara, I think we've got like 10 copies left on our website.
Dillon, can you stop, please?
This is Gary Del Vecchio buzzing. First time ever on vinyl. It's like a mixture of Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin. It's incredible.
I'm just trying to look.
This is Brotherhood of Peace. This is Southern rock from North Carolina. Really good. If you like Skynyrd, imagine Skynyrd with harder, raw guitar solos and maybe a little synthesizer. This is Magic Ship. This is a killer psych record.
I'll be honest with you, I was just looking for a wee plug for my small channel.
And there's the latest one that we just did, Stonewall. It sounds brutal. It sounds like a mixture between Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath.
Please, thank you. Just say something nice about the Vinyl Voyage.
So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit it. If you have more than one account, maybe subscribe from the other account if you haven't already. This is my last Hail Mary push. Please subscribe to the channel.
Namaste, Dillon. I really appreciate that. You probably don't realise what that'll do for a small channel like mine. So, like I said, very appreciated. And before I go tonight, we're going to get played out by Quietly Into the... Sorry, hold on a second. Hello? Yeah, this is Jack speaking. Yeah, the Vinyl Voyage, yeah. Sorry, who did you say was calling? Dillon Noble's lawyers. How did you get my phone number? I've not even uploaded the video yet. Legal action? Well, I actually don't have a lawyer. It was only meant to be a joke. I know he wasn't on my show. It was... Look, I'm just a bum from Scotland. I just work in a factory. Yeah, I know Mr. Noble's a very powerful man. Like I said, I don't have a lawyer. I won't leave the country. Well, yeah, that's my address. Yeah. Okay, bye now. Yeah, like I said, Quietly Into the Night are going to play us out with their song. See you later, bye for now.